The roots of our past define our future. Now, in its 45th year, the Iowa Soybean Association reflects on its proud legacy and partnership with Iowa farm families and their communities.
Biodiesel use in the U.S. has increased a great amount in recent years. However, as the weather turns colder, there are fuel performance challenges to keep in mind. Cold weather can cloud or gel any diesel fuel and biodiesel blends. When diesel fuel or biodiesel fuel is cooled, it reaches a point where wax molecules precipitate out, forming crystals that can quickly plug fuel lines and filters. For more on maximizing winter driving performance with diesel fuel or biodiesel is Grant Kimberly, Director of Market Development with the Iowa Soybean Association.
There's really three properties that we look at: cloud point, cold filter plugging point, and pour point. And the first one that we look at is cloud point, and that's the one where you'll start to see some wax molecules, some crystallization start to take place inside the diesel fuel, and it'll become, as the term says, cloudy. It'll become a little more cloudy. It's still usable. The engine will still run. It'll still flow through filters, but you'll notice that you're starting to get a problem. And once that happens, you better do something about it. The next term is cold filter plugging point. And for a user, that's really the critical property, because that basically means that's the point that it stops flowing through your filter in your engine, and your engine will stop. It plugs that filter and you're done. And then the last term is the pour point, and that's more important really from a petroleum supplier and distributor standpoint, because as the term says, that's the point where it really stops flowing. It just doesn't pour.
Common winterizing practices include adding number 1 grade diesel or kerosene to the diesel fuel, as well as introducing cold flow additives which modify the wax crystal structure during crystal formation. Previously treated fuel does not need more additives. Currently, there are no winter fuel additives that can successfully treat B100 or pure biodiesel, although they are in experimental development. However, the combination of diesel fuel, biodiesel, and a winterizing agent will perform the necessary modification to effectively use up to a B20 biodiesel blend in most cold weather environments.
When we talk about biodiesel blends and handling those blends in the winter months, anything that's 5% or lower, B5 or lower, we typically handle the same as we would a regular or conventional number 2 diesel fuel, which those do require some additives or some blending of number 1 diesel, but we really aren't going to do anything in addition to that. When we get blends higher than that in the winter months, we may want to increase the amount of additive that we're putting in there, maybe double or triple the amount of recommended dosage of that additive. So it just really depends on that blend level, but that's why B2, B5 is a pretty conservative and very manageable blend level that anybody can use that year-round.
Some customers successfully using biodiesel in cold climates include Yellowstone National Park in its 300 vehicles and other diesel equipment, and Cranmore Mountain Resort in its snow grooming equipment, as well as the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota in its fleet of 100 vehicles, including emergency vehicles. To learn more about handling biodiesel, contact ISA by calling toll-free 800-383-1423 or visit www.biodiesel.org.